A tennis match is all about winning, but some players go the extra mile to beat their opponent. Here's a compilation of tennis players being savage. To kick off this video, we have one of the most savage moments on a tennis court in the history of the sport. In this clip, at 5-5 in the third set tiebreak, Berdych challenges a shot that was called out. It is millimeters out, and Berdych's face fills with a cold fury. He manages to redirect his fury to the match, wins the next point to save the match, and wins the next two after that to win the match. What a reaction, and what a moment for Berdych against one of the GOATs of tennis, Roger Federer. In this clip, the player realizes he will be passed at the net. Stretching out as far as he possibly can, he throws his racket to make up the last few inches to the ball. Miraculously, the balls drop to the other side of the net, winning them the point. Technically, you need to have full control of your racket when hitting a shot, so this point should have been for the opponents. Still savage though. In tennis, hitting the ball directly at your opponent at the net is a legal and useful shot. Here, Nadal does exactly that and accidentally strikes Djokovic straight in the face. Djokovic is fuming after the shot and totally uninterested in the apology from the Spaniard. But Nadal did what he had to do to win the point. I don't know what's more savage, the shot or Novak's reaction. Of course, Monfils had to be in this video. The Frenchman is incredibly good at trick shots and destroying his opponent, which isn't easy when your opponent is Nadal. Here, he manages to disguise the direction of his drop shot by facing and looking away from where he was aiming. Nadal is sent the wrong direction and can't get anywhere near it. He doesn't even move his feet slightly, reposition himself. That shot was make or break. Andy Murray is no stranger to savage putdowns. In this match against Fabio Fognini, things get a bit heated between the two players. They have a short exchange at the net before Murray making his case to the umpire. Fognini tries to say something, but Murray tells him to shut up calmly and coolly. The way he says it so calmly makes it so much more savage. This point between Nadal and Muller at Wimbledon 2017 is ridiculous. With lobs and smashes galore, both players seem to have won the point at different times in this exchange. Finally, Nadal delivers the killer blow with a forehand that seems to have touched about 3 blades of grass on the line. Muller got the last laugh though, managing to win this match. In this clip, Stan Wawrinka savagely puts down a fan who calls out "Go Roger" in his match. Wawrinka simply said, "He's not here, he's on Rod Laver," much to the enjoyment of the crowd. Simple, but savage. Rafael Nadal and Roland Garros is the best player in the history of tennis. Yet, he was struggling in the third set of this match against Pablo Andujar. His Spanish opponent was playing really well, leading 5-1, 40-0. So Nadal decides to activate beast mode, winning the set 7-6 and saving lots of set points in the process. Andujar is still playing really well, but Nadal was on the warpath. In this point, Raven Klaasen has an easy smash. He takes the time to line it up, aim and fire it directly at his opponent's feet. Suarez doesn't have time to move and gets hit, losing the point. Klaasen really picked his spot there, didn't he? Absolutely smashed it, Suarez. Returning against possibly the best server on tour, John Isner can be quite intimidating. Not for Jack Sock though. He absolutely wallops Isner's serve back with incredible force. The slap forehand is way too much for Isner to handle, and Sock just coolly walks off, looking at the ground. It's an absolutely huge return from Jack Sock. Roger Federer needs no introduction. In this interview, he's asked how he feels about being on the official US Open car. He gives a brilliantly sarcastic response, saying he can't sleep at night. What did that reporter expect him to say? Fernando Gonzalez is not a good person to piss off. Here, Radek Stepanek gets on his nerves by taking too long. So Gonzalez decides to take action. Given an easy forehand, he absolutely rifles it straight at Stepanek, who gets hit in the bum. No apology or anything. That was clearly intended by the Chilean. To be fair to Stepanek, he just gets on with it, no complaints. Few players show as much passion and emotion on the court as Novak Djokovic in this tough point against David Ferrer. Neither player gives their opponent an inch. Eventually, Novak hits a sensational short cross-court backhand, winning him the point. He follows it up with the Joko roar, a grunt that turns into a victory roar at the end. When Djokovic makes that sound, you know he's fired up. In this exhibition match, Murray and Henman take on Berdych and Lendl. Murray and Lendl have a long history together, as Lendl has been Murray's coach 3 times, including today. When given the chance, Murray smashes the ball at his coach, hitting the big tough man. He then jumps for joy like a child on Christmas. I don't think I've ever seen that amount of emotion from Andy Murray on a tennis court before. Grand Slam finals are the top matches in tennis, and you'd expect them to be very close affairs. That wasn't the case for the final of the French Open in 1988, when Steffi Graf faced off against Natasha Zverev. Graf won 6-0. 6-0, absolutely blitzing her opponent. This is Graf at the peak of her powers. Too much for anyone to handle. She even apologized to the crowd afterwards for how short the match was. How savage is that? From unstoppable returns to sarcastic replies to silly questions, that was our collection of tennis players being savage. What savage moment did we miss out on? What do you want to see next? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.